Achievement Overview.
Hello everyone and welcome to the achievement overview for Batman Arkham Origins. We're gonna cover all 50 achievements. If you want to skip to a specific one, there's annotations on your screen. There's also time links in the description for you to navigate the video with ease. That's all pretty simple, so yeah, let's do this. Batman voice. Of the 50 achievements, these 6 are obtained by playing the story, so these are the ones you don't have to worry about. After you finish the game for the first time, if you've played on normal or hard, you'll unlock New Game Plus. If you finish that, you'll get this achievement and unlock the I Am the Knight mode, which is a hardcore mode, meaning if you die, you lose your save and you have to start the game over. So basically, you'll have to play through the main story at least 3 times to get all the achievements. Remember that, because it's gonna be useful. In terms of missable achievements, there are only 2 you have to worry about, and that's defeating Deathstroke and Shiva without taking damage. As far as Deathstroke goes, it might take a while for you to figure out his moves, but he only has 2 or 3 per each phase, so it's not hard to memorize it. The hardest one is when he grapples you with the propane tank, because the camera angle isn't the best and there's not a lot of time to press the counter, but if you know that it's coming, you should be able to do it. Shiva is a most wanted enemy, and if you don't know how to access her, we'll talk in detail when we cover the most wanted enemies further in the video. In combat, she behaves just like martial artists you meet in game, only with more health, and then she gets a sword and she behaves like one of the assassins you meet in game. The toughest thing about this fight though is that you have to avoid damage from her and all her friends as well. It's obviously easier to get these achievements on your first playthrough because on New Game Plus you don't get the flashing blue rays on your enemies' heads to indicate that you have to counter, but it's not impossible to do it on New Game Plus. If you fail on either fight, you can simply press the restart and fight again. Now let's talk about tracks. If you go into your menu, you've got 4 tracks. These are sets of challenges that get increasingly harder as you complete each one of them. My recommendation is prioritize these challenges over everything else. Finish them as soon as you can or you'll get stuck really quickly. These challenges carry over to the New Game Plus, but especially the worst nightmare challenges require some specific Predator situations, and that's why you should always keep these challenges in mind as you play through the story and finish them as soon as you can. There's an achievement for finishing each one of them, and once you get them all, there's an extra achievement for you. I've Got This is tightly related to the challenges we just spoke of. There are 3 sets of upgrades. Close Combat and Invisible Predator upgrades are unlocked by leveling up and clearing up the main story. Auxiliary upgrades are unlocked by the main story and those challenges, but you don't need to finish the challenge trees for this achievement. You just need to get challenge number 10 on each track, and all the upgrades will be unlocked. Crime Scene Investigator requires you to complete all case files. To get this, follow the green icons with a magnifying glass on your map. Those will lead you to a crime scene. After you investigate it, you'll identify the culprit, then travel to his location and defeat him. All case files are just like that, all the same. When you're done, you'll unlock a new most wanted entry, and that takes us to the next couple of achievements. The Innocent and Predatory requires you to finish the story and to do the Shiva and Deadshot most wanted, which we'll talk about right now as we talk about the one down, several to go, which requires you to complete a single most wanted entry, but you are going to aim for clean streaks, which is to complete all of them. Basically, all you have to do is go to the icons on your map and you'll complete them all. Deactivate Penguin's weapons, destroy Black Mask's drugs, fight dudes on the bird icon, go to the Mad Hatter's party and answer the SOS call, which will turn into Deadshot's most wanted. All of these most wanted entries unlock as you complete the story, but there are some that you might miss, such as Anarchy used right at the exit from the boat after you fight with Deathstroke. After talking to the dude, you'll mark some bomb locations on your map and you'll be able to destroy them for the Anarchy most wanted. Shiva will show up after you leave Gotham Merchant's Bank when you meet the Joker for the first time. If you go straight after you exit, you'll hear a baby crying, and that will also get you more icons on the map for the Shiva's challenges. And finally, the Blackgate Prisoners most wanted shows up after you finished all the case files. 20 prisoners will be marked on your map. You simply have to go to their location and defeat them all. Now for Enigma. He's one of the most wanted, but he's also tied with most of the collectibles, so let's talk about all that at the same time. Start by going to his hideout marked on the map. This will mark Enigma's data handlers on your map, and after you interrogate them, you'll get the locations for all of Enigma's collectibles on your map, making it easy to collect them. I know I'm saying on your map a lot, I can't help it. You'll also need to take down all tower networks, and some of you might have noticed one of the towers is bugged. Batman forgot how to climb into vents for some reason. So you've got 2 options. Number 1, you wait for the game to be fixed, or number 2, you go into your graphics options, turn on physics. If you don't have an Nvidia card, you can't do this and it sucks to be you. Then you'll fly to this pipe right here. You'll notice Batman will do a small falling animation when I walk to this corner. That's your first step. Then you'll crouch and walk backwards while moving the camera to left and right slowly as you see, and this glitch will occur and you'll be able to hack the tower. When you get one of the towers hacked and destroy all the network relays, you'll get shut down. Once you collect enough data files, you complete one extortion file for counterintelligence. Once you get all the data files, you can go to Enigma's hideout, hack the door that's right next to the computer. Behind it, you'll find the breakable wall, and that breakable wall is hiding the very first Riddler's trophy. Once you've got all the data files in tower networks, you'll get Enigma Unraveled, and his most wanted entry will be complete. While we're talking about taking down towers, after you take all of them down, you can travel to all the Batwing's fast travel locations and get around the world. And speaking of collectibles, Anarchy has some too. There are 24 Anarchy tags scattered around Gotham. They are not marked on your map. And if you get 20, you'll get Voice of the People. So here's an annotation for a guide. Go ahead and click it. I'll be here when you get back. Anyone see that and Silent Night are both Predatory achievements, very compatible with one another. Stay out of sight, pick off targets that are alone, and you'll get this easily. Free Flow 50 and One of Each are both combat achievements. The first one will be much easier once you get the Electrocutioner's Gloves, since each hit will increase your combo by 2 instead of just 1. So I wouldn't try the achievement before that. And for the Free Flow gadgets, there aren't many on this game. All you need to do is use the Batclaw, the Batarang, the Explosive Gel, the Glue Grenade, and Concussion Grenade. That's it, just 5 gadgets in a single combo. These 4 achievements can be obtained during the campaign or challenges, whichever one you prefer. Point to point is really easy using the grapple accelerator. Just glide and grapple across the bridge without touching the ground. Speaking of gliding, 26 miles of that and you'll get Air Marathon. Don't even worry about this achievement, it will come very early in the game. Finally, Thanks Old Friend is the last achievement on the campaign, and I put it last for good reason. This achievement is non-missable, meaning you don't have to worry about coming to the Batcave once in a while to hear Alfred speak, but some of his dialogue lines will only unlock after you complete the game, and some of the most wanted entries, including Enigma. So, go for this achievement last, and the way you do it is talk to Alfred, he gives you like that cinematic speaking, then you go to the training console and get out, just so you go through a loading screen, and then you talk to Alfred again and you keep repeating this process. Now, Alfred will repeat his lines a lot, and I mean a lot. You might be lucky and get this achievement in 5 minutes if he never repeats himself, but I wouldn't count on it. Expect to spend over an hour trying to get him to say something different. Good luck with this achievement, it is a pain in the butt. The achievements on the challenges are pretty straightforward. Get all the medals on Ranked and Campaign as Batman, and all the medals on Custom and Combat Training as anyone you want to be. So yeah, that's it really. And now for multiplayer. All of these can be obtained in private lobbies if you have enough friends to play with and help you out, but I'm just gonna assume you don't have any friends and give you the best tips I can. Starting with some leveling up. Reach level 30 as the Joker faction, reach level 30 as the Bane faction, and reach level 30 overall, and you get these 3 achievements. If you need a level with a specific faction, you can go into the options and set your preference to either the Joker or Bane gang. Go to your character loadout screen after you reach level 30 and you'll get the first prestige level and become a legend. This will also reset your faction progress, so keep that in mind. You're not the only one leveling up on multiplayer. The weapon you play with also levels up, and once it reaches level 9, you'll get Arsenal Awesome. For Tales of Gotham, do a table like this and keep it by your side when you play. This way you can keep track of which factions you need to win with and on which maps. You can use that knowledge to vote on the map you wish before the match starts. Don't forget you can also go on options and set your faction preference to the one you need victories with. Know Thy Enemy is one of those achievements that will come naturally as you get better at the game. It is much easier to get it as an elite thug, so when you play as one, just keep in mind that you have to kill 1 Batman, 1 Robin, and 3 different elites. If the players disconnect after you've killed them once, you can still get this achievement, but if they disconnect before you were able to kill them, you'll have to wait until the next match. Not an ordinary criminal is also not that big of a deal. Just for winning a match you'll get 1000 XP, so it's a matter of getting the remaining 3000 by killing enemies and capturing control points. Clutch is about opportunity. The server has to be full and your team must have 0 reinforcements. Since the matchmaking is random, you'll be matched with bad teams once in a while, and when you do, try to get this achievement. I recommend you locate the heroes using your goggles and then using the Joker's blimp or Bane's UAV since they can fly and reach the heroes on vantage points. The biggest obstacle here is the fact that the server has to be full since people are quitting all the time. And our last two achievements on this guide can be obtained by the heroes and are by far the hardest achievements in multiplayer. I like those odds requires you to take down 4 elites in 40 seconds without using melee. My recommendation is using Batman. Get some explosive gel around the place you know the enemies will be. The control points are usually a good spot, and that can take out multiple targets. Also use the Sonic Batarang if you see a chance to catch 2 or more enemies at the same time. Then hurry up and get the remaining elites within the 40 seconds you have. At least this one doesn't require a full server, just 4 enemies online. And finally, Predator Paragon is no noob achievement. 6 different takedowns on 6 different elites in a single match. Wow. There are a lot more than 6 different ways to take down enemies, but getting in place and getting the opportunity to do that is not going to be an easy task. So just keep these takedowns in mind. I mean, you've got the silent takedown, the ledge takedown, the gray takedown, the hanging ledge, the ground pound, the explosive gel, the sonic batarang, corners, inverted takedown. Just keep them all in mind, and when the opportunity arises, you can take it. But this achievement is going to be really tough on public servers. And that's going to be it for this achievement overview. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to just leave us a comment. I'll reply as soon as I see your comment. If you want to see other achievement overviews, link in the description for everything we've done so far. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons. I've been Globku. Take care everyone. See you next time.